right. Sorry about that. Good evening from the homestead. Ben Raven here with M Live's Detroit Lions beat reporting from home. Kyle Monkey is on the ground in Pittsburgh. So check out mlive.com/Lions for more from Pittsburgh and more from the homestead here. The Lions lose the preseason finale in a heavy on the penalty markers, ugly day, 19-9 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's not what it's about here. That's not what it's about here. Sorry, I was just checking up on the comments. Today, the main thing we were looking at is roster bubble, guys, roster competitions and stuff like that. The backup quarterback competition was on full display. And, David Blau finished the game with a little more better tape than Tim Boyle did, you know what I'm saying? But it's still kind of like nobody wanted to win that job there for a second. It was still a pretty ugly showing from the offense. We're going to get through the bad first because the defense did show some good. The Austin Bryant show continued. The pass rush was strong from start to finish, and the defense was great against. It was just a really solid day for the defense. First team, second team, third team, a mismatch. Guys like Will Harris and AJ Parker were still playing deep into the fourth quarter, but the backup quarterback job was up for grabs. Let's not get carried away in the comments here. This was the preseason. The preseason is over. Hallelujah. It is time to look forward toward the regular season. Tuesday, 4 p.m. The roster has to be down to 53 players, and honestly, I was looking for somebody to take the reins, like Dan Campbell said, on that backup job. But I would say that Tim Boyle lost the job more than David Blau won it. And, Blau had some interesting plays there at the end, keeping plays alive. The flick touchdown to Cephas, the flick pass to, I forget who that one went to keep the drive alive. But, he at least showed that he has the ability to make some plays outside the pocket, to make some plays when things break down. And that's what you kind of want to see out of your backup, because stuff is going to break down with them under center more times than not. Especially with one of those guys, because, my colleague Kyle Monkey's instant observations that just went up, says it pretty bluntly, but it's hard to disagree. The Lions could be in the market for a backup quarterback after Tim Boyle and David Blau bomb in the preseason finale. And, David Blau, 17 of 32, 160 yards. He does end with the touchdown, 77.6 passer rating. The touchdown was a little flick ball to Cephas, and I think there was 30 seconds left, but hey, at least he was able to get something moving down the field. Boyle was 5 of 15, 64 yards, 1 interception. He had an interception, and he had 4 batted passes at the line of scrimmage. That's five combined batted passes and interceptions to 5 combined completions. So, my goodness, the thing about Tim Boyle is that he felt like he's always had the inside track at this job with the coaching staff. He's always seemed like the preferred option from these coaches, but I don't know. I don't know how you would defend Tim Boyle winning this job. How would you say he won anything with his camp showing, with his preseason showing? It just wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was inconsistent. It was bad. David Blau was not great. He did not light the world on fire. He does not look like a stable backup quarterback, but he looked better than Tim Boyle. He looked better than Tim Boyle today. He looked better than Tim Boyle, in my opinion, most days out in Allen Park through camp in the preseason. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Like I said, Boyle kind of feels like he's always had the inside track with the coaching staff at that job, but Blau did more good, and Boyle lost this job. I think Boyle did enough to lose this job. That's my take on the situation. Boyle, you guys are cracking me up today. Other than that, I think the fourth running back role, Justin Jackson, I think he made this roster. I think Justin Jackson and Craig Reynolds are going to back up Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. Godwin, he only had 1 carry today, and I don't think Godwin had a kick return either. I saw Justin Jackson back there. I saw Craig Reynolds back there. I know they're trying to see who can do what, but I think Justin Jackson and Craig Reynolds won this third and fourth running back job. I think, that's impressive. I know Justin Jackson has a proven track record of production in the NFL. He's a 5-year pro, but he came in midway through camp and looked like he belonged. 8 carries, 44 yards today, along of 10 yards. Had some really solid runs. Craig Reynolds, 6 carries, 31 yards, along of 17. And, odd man out, Jamar Jefferson, he did look good today on that one run, unfortunately. There was just so much not good to below average from him that it kind of stacked up. And when you have a proven commodity like Justin Jackson and you have somebody that you found and who continues to get better and continues to be a steady hand day in and day out like Craig Reynolds, That's not enough. Craig Reynolds and Justin Jackson, I feel like they did enough these final 2 weeks of camp in the preseason to take those jobs. And yeah, that's about it right there. Let me see mid-season form with yet another. Sorry, that's just me catching up on comments. The defense side of the ball. Let's get out of here with some positivity, eh? Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris, they looked fantastic on the series that they had with the first team defense. The first team defense looked good. Second team defense looked good. Like I said, third team defense looked good. The mismatched defense looked good. The Steelers had 19 points. I think 3 of those field goals came from pretty opportune field position for the Pittsburgh offense. So the Lions defense did some great job to hold them to field goals, did some great job just consistently getting pressure from the defensive line. Seriously, Hutchinson and Harris popped early. Austin Bryant, man, just what a fantastic camp and preseason for him. He only had 1 tackle today. I see that he didn't get credit for his sack, but you know what? I'm going to give him credit for his sack because he broke the heck out of that pocket to force the sack early, and he blocks the field goal attempt. Just another very positive plus day for Austin Bryant. Him and John Kaminsky, that those guys might be counted on early in the season. We don't know what's up with Levi. Michael Brockers hasn't done much in the offseason, but he's a veteran, so don't worry about there. But Levi, Julian Okwara, those are question marks this year. Kaminsky and Bryant can do a little from the inside and do a little from the outside, gives this team some versatility. I don't want to get carried away with the versatility, but those guys showed that they can handle the run, and they showed that they could get after the passer too. I know they were playing some second team defenses or offensive lines, but still, Bryant and Kaminsky, I think there's reason to feel optimistic about that defensive end rotation, and that's without the second round pick Josh Paschal, and that's without Romeo Okwara back yet. There's some reason for optimism in that room. Aiden and Charles Harris looks like a really strong starting duo on the outside. Kaminsky and Bryant are gonna work in there, and just there's a lot of good reason to feel good about the defensive line. Linebackers to be determined. We'll see who gets that starting job next to Anzalone in the opener. Rodrigo, Chris Board, Derek Barnes playing for those roles. Anthony Pittman, I think, has done enough to lock his special teams role in. He led the team in special team snap last year. I think he's one of their special teams main guys this year, and Dan Campbell said it. We all know it. We say it every year. Special teams is the tiebreaker in back-end roster situations. I unfortunately, Jared Davis, what a great story. What a great offseason story coming back to Detroit. He's had some great press moments, but I don't see him making the roster. I just don't think back-end leader is enough to put him on the roster. This roster is a lot better. And shoot, here I am. I haven't even talked about the receiver situation. We'll get out of here with everybody's favorite preseason hero, Tom Kennedy. Listen, I'm sorry. My colleague Kyle Meinke didn't have him on the right side of the bubble after the Colts preseason game last week. I'm in the same boat. And Tom Kennedy, it's tough. He did everything he needed to do to make the roster. Seriously, on offense, he got asked to do new things on special teams. He recovered an onside kick against the Colts last week. It's really hard when somebody like that shows up, does all the right things, does everything he's asked of and more. But I don't see it. Trinity Benson has some more special teams ability. He showed improvement on offense too. He is a better option on special teams, no matter how much they trust or want to get Kennedy on the roster. And honestly, Quintez Cephas, I know he's got injury issues. I know he's not the most proven commodity either, but he is on another level as a receiver. And he does look fit to handle some of those special teams duty when asked too. So, sorry for the Tom Kennedy fans out there, but I don't see it happening. I know that's a tight race, and another tight race is, I feel like, it's Chase Lucas. Maybe he makes the roster, maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does. We've got roster projections dropping tomorrow morning. Chase Lucas, James Mitchell, James Houston, those are Tom Kennedy. Those are some of the biggest bubble names right there. There's rookies, there's preseason standouts. More of that tomorrow and tonight, mlive.com/Lions. I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, Kyle Meinke's on the ground in Pittsburgh. This is Ben Raven from the home base. We'll see if we can get me out there more in the season, but reporting from home here to end the preseason to September 11th at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Opens the season at Ford Field. We'll see what happens there. It's time to look forward to the regular season, although preseason is in the dust. Thank you guys for joining. We'll probably have some more fired up chats after games here once the season gets going, but thanks for joining. We'll talk to y'all later. mlive.com/Lions. Subscribe to that Dungeon of Doom podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're out with Hard Knocks recaps the next 2 Tuesdays. Then we'll get back into the season groove with that. But thank you for the support. Thank you for sticking through another preseason. And thanks to you Warriors who just listened to me ramble about a third preseason game and terrible backup quarterback play for more than 10 minutes. So cheers. Safe travels. We'll see you soon.